Season 2, episode number 14. Black coins matter. Welcome to the Keep It 100 Girl podcast. This is a show where I share with you 50 shades of cray-cray and lessons learned. So you know what? We all know how to keep it 100 in 2018. Every week, Nina is unapologetically herself. You guys are unapologetically yourselves too. That means no filters, no judgment, no boundaries, right? It's what keeping it 100 is all about. It's raw, it's real, it's grown. We women and men tell the truth, nothing but the truth, even if it's totally embarrassing or super cray-cray. I'm your host, Nina Babel, and are you guys ready to keep it 100? That means keeping it real and true?
Yes, I'm ready to keep it 100.
I'm ready to keep it 100, girl.
You know I'm going to keep it 100.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. I am live and direct from the DMV, Washington, D.C., and today marks the last day of Black History Month, and I really wanted to end it with a bang and talk about Black Coins Matter, right? So that's a spinoff of Black Lives Matter, as you know, and it means exactly that, literally. All our coins matter and make a difference, especially in these confusing, asinine political times if you're living in the US. And in light of all the brutal deaths and tragedies of innocent Black men getting shot by police in 2017. And you know what? And as the Blackness of Wakanda forever floods our social media, WhatsApp, our inboxes in 2018, we're revisiting the symbols that represent the heart and soul of the Black race, you know? And this movie kind of brings it all together and has us feeling good. And just as in the movie and how it showcases just humanity working together to break the cycle, these Black entrepreneurs that I'm talking with, their path to true freedom is through their honest testimonies of not just being a Black entrepreneur, but supporting Black entrepreneurship. So keep doing it, peeps. And I am so proud of you and proud of me for even doing it. I'm in my 7th year. Not only is the Black Panther symbol just a revolutionary movement, so is Black entrepreneurship. Why wait people for a gem like the Black Panther movie to celebrate our culture, who we are, what we represent, and what we have to offer every day? We are on this melanistic journey where people around the world understand or are understanding with a quickness what it all means. And I remember with this whole transition of banking Black, Solange puts it very simply and frank. Put your money where your mouth is, right? In 2018 and beyond, let's wake up and realize where we really should be putting our hard-working coins and dollars. This Black History Month, not only does Black empowerment start with just ownership, it means supporting and investing in each other's businesses by supporting our own. I personally reached out not only to 5 Black business owners, but their businesses that I support. In one case, in a couple of cases, they're mentors to me. And in all cases, they're also friends who share the importance of building a sustainable Black business. You know, we have a photographer, we have nail salon owners, we have a podcast, we have a spa owner, we have a doctor and a nurse. And in each of their industries, they will talk about their own Keep It 100 perspective. Jermaine and her team are experts who just not only focused on the external and making us beautiful, glamorous, feeling good on the outside, they are experts in wellness from the inside out as well. She's also a celebrity makeup artist an esthetician, who shares what her initiative is in 2018. And that's making a version of Black Mercury, Black Sephora available, providing organic health products for men and women of color.
So that's my initiative this year, just because I'm just really over us saying we do things ghetto. I'm really over us not supporting each other. I'm really honestly over Black women for some reason thinking I gotta step on you to make myself taller. Like I'm sorry, the hair on my neck is standing I feel like we got to stop doing this, and we constantly are so behind on so much in our community because we can't come together. Whatever little ripple I can make in that pond, that's what I want to do. So all of, with the exception of the things we've carried before in my supplements, all of our other products will be for women of color, men of color, women-owned businesses. I got a beautiful sister out of Canada that's going to be making organic. She makes these stunning organic products. Her packaging is divine. We've been, messaging each other. We'll probably have her there. There's two other people that I'm reaching out to. So a feminine care product, sister makes all of these beautiful Yanni creams and splashes and perfumes. So when you come in here, my idea is to be a little Black Blue Mercury and Sephora that you can't get, and I know there's some places in New York that kind of do that with hair products and that kind of stuff. But, in terms of skincare, no. In terms of hand picking stuff, we want a lot of high vibration stuff. We've got this brother that just sent like sage and lemongrass and hand dip incenses and Palo Santo sticks and he's just, I was reaching out to him and he said, sister, I just sense your vibration. What do you say? What number is in your birthday? I was like, oh yes, I'm buying everything you got. So it's this kind of stuff that we want to have here. A sister here makes handmade soaps, and Shea Butter Like Whoa is a brother that's local, and then our other Shea Butter, she's out of North Carolina. Soap and Paper is a woman-owned business in New York. So when you come in and you're going to start seeing a lot of, different things. We're kind of revamping everything here at the Red Bloom to some extent. Aman is my left brain, but she's a doula and soon to be registered nurse. Yes, she's going to pass that exam. Yes. And yes, you are. Yes. And so, what we're going to have here is all things beautiful and well, and and we're not for everybody. You might come in here and see crystals lining the stairs and all kind of stuff. I mean, I'm like branching next out. Level stuff this year.
Chip Desar is a Washington, D.C. based photographer who provides documentary wedding photography in the D.C. metro area and serves couples worldwide. 90% of Chip's clientele are Black couples. Knowing your why has helped him create and grow his signature niche within a photography niche.
Hi, my name is Chip Desar. I'm owner of Chip Desar Studios, Chip Desar Weddings, and anything with my name, chipdesar.com. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm known for weddings, known for video, known for training, photography, and mentoring, things like that. I want to say most of my clients, or 95% of them, are either African American, at least with the weddings. I would say 95%. I'd say about 90%. I have a lot of interracial couples as well. But I get a lot of my business from the Black community. So I want to talk about, first of all, being okay with that. There are a lot of Black people, and I get this often, who say, you know what, you need a diverse clientele. And I thought that as well. I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to be in business, and make, X amount of dollars on the backs of just my own people. That's false. That's a lie. You can make whatever you want off of Indian, off of Black, off of Asian, off of, Middle Eastern, whatever you choose, that niche. And if mine is African Americans or if there's Caucasians, whites, that's fine as well. I think that being a business owner, the first thing you have to be comfortable is, and know your why, and know that it's okay to have a certain clientele and to market that route. So I've started marketing toward interracial couples because I started having a lot of those. But I also have a lot of African American couples. And that's okay with me. Do white couples come to me? Probably not. And I'm all right with that. But I think a lot of people want that. But that's not the clients that they attract. You attract who you are. And that is, that's here or there. So I just want to make sure that you are good with who you are as a Black entrepreneur and that you can attract the business that you deserve. And you can attract a niche or a subgroup. For instance, if people are looking for, there's a lady that called me the other day that's looking for African-American photographer in the DMV. DMV is DC, Maryland, Virginia, wedding photographer. And I came up in one of her queries. So she contacted me. So I'm in talks with her to do her wedding in 2019. So those are just things just to be proud, not only of when you have a niche, but also growing that niche and a niche within a niche. So who thought that I would have done 5 or 6 in 1 year interracial marriages? White woman, Black man, a white man, Nigerian woman, Asian man, Black woman. Those are things that you don't sometimes think of, and they have their own sort of challenges. So embrace who you are, what you do, and I think your business will grow. And stop listening to everybody, all that bad advice. Do what you want that makes you revenue. Yes, you know what you would want in your head, but what you get in reality. And that's what I need people to, if people would focus on that more, I think they will be a little bit more successful. And they're spinning their wheels marketing to the wrong client, to the wrong clientele. Know that we call it an avatar, your ideal client. So hopefully this helps, this quick word to get you along your way. And just my story and how I run my business.
Vernon is an internationally known podcaster, author, social and digital strategist, and speaker whose insights are based on real-world experiences. Vernon has also served as an adjunct professor at the University of Missouri in St. Louis and has also been a guest speaker at Webster University and St. Louis Community College. He frequently speaks on a variety of digital marketing topics at marketing conferences and workshops. And for this episode, he is removing the stigma around supporting Black businesses. Breather Workspaces has great views and all the amenities you need to focus and get productive as a business owner. If you're a Black entrepreneur looking to find beautiful, practical spaces you can serve on the go, and what I use it for is if I have a photo shoot, if I'm doing a meeting, it alleviates the cost of renting or leasing office space. You could just use these Breather spaces. They're modern, chic, clean spaces, and you could find a location anywhere in any major city. Or if you're traveling to a metropolitan city like New York, LA, San Fran, DC, Toronto, Montreal, London, Palo Alto, Boston, or Chicago, and you need a workspace for a few hours to a few days, use this promo code QFKJZA. You'll get a great discount with at least 80% off the first hour.
When it comes to supporting Black businesses, I think there are a couple things that you can keep in mind as an African American who has possibly friends or relatives who are business owners. Is that number one, I don't think that there needs to be a stigma around supporting a Black business, because for the most part, every other culture has their own businesses. Asians support Asian businesses, Italians support Italian businesses. I don't think that there has to be a big stigma around supporting your own people in areas where you live and shop and work and everything else. So I think removing that stigma around supporting Black businesses is one of the things that we can do to actually show more support for Black businesses. Is to not feel like you have to go out of your way to do something, but that it's something that you want to do because the business serves you in a way that quite honestly, you may not be able to get served anywhere else. One of the other things I think that's important in supporting Black businesses is supporting businesses in areas that actually support the communities that they're in, where the people live and work in those communities and actually help to support those communities. It's vitally important to have businesses in communities in order to be able to grow those communities. And when you go into those communities to support those businesses, not only is it going to help the tax base in those areas, but it's going to help to continue to build more economic prosperity in those areas, and help those businesses be able to expand and provide more value to those areas. So that's kind of my take on why you should support Black businesses.
Next, we have the Miss Nail Glitter Lounge. This female collaboration points out the Black dollar is the strongest dollar, especially when we're talking about beauty.
It's very important to promote African-American business, because if you think about it, every single culture does. You have a Chinatown, you have Latin Americans that have their own areas, and they all support each other. But for some reason in our community, we do not support each other as much as we should, and we also don't think we're knowledgeable at different trades. Nails is not a Vietnamese industry or an Asian industry. Everybody can be skilled as long as they get the education and they're able to do the job correctly. So yes, Black girls do it.
Yes. If you ask that question, for me, the Black dollar is the strongest dollar possibly in the world. And if you want to lift other races or lift other economies up, then that's fine. But if you notice, you bring it back to your community, you can do the same for your children and future generations. We definitely want to start bringing the dollar back into our community, and we want to bring other people's dollar into ours, so we can see the shift and the change that deserves to be made right now this time.
And that's our tip from
Miss Glitter Nail Lounge.
Dr. Earl is a naturopath based in the Washington, D.C. area, and he has based his career in natural health for over 20 years. And he wants to point out, just don't have a Black business just because you're Black. Serve the good of the community and build the community at the same time.
To support Black businesses means that in your community, you should be there helping them out. And they should have a product that actually is helpful to them so you can maintain it instead of just support. I mean, don't just have a business because you're Black. Just have something that's substantial for your community, what they need in the community. That's something that you need. You don't want to just have something where you say, well, I just want to support you, what you're selling. You want to bring up a burger joint or a chicken fried joint with macaroni and cheese. You supporting it, but you also killing. So I don't mind supporting people like that. But that's not one that I would go to. I would think that in a community, you want a community to build, and that building, it's part of everybody helping each other out. That's how it should work. So that's why I can support, like fella down here, I support him because he's Black and he's also a tax person. So he's helping his folks out. So my of helping him out is make sure he stay healthy. I said, he come down, Doc, what did you think? I said, okay. I mean, so I'm not trying to charge him with stuff because he's trying to help the community out. I mean, so it's like that.
Zinzi is a consumer and supporter of Black businesses and has shared her perspective on why it's important to support the Black diaspora. She explains what financial sustainability is and what it takes to build a cycle of trust, not only as a Black entrepreneur, but supporting other Black entrepreneurs.
I think that the importance of supporting Black businesses goes beyond just financial sustainability within the community, but that is primarily what most people focus on. And I do believe that that is a huge part of self-actualization as a community. That financial standing and that building of trust within our community between each other, I think that's the most important part for me, is saying, like, I trust you to supply me with great resources, and I choose you. And by choosing you, I'm demonstrating not only my trust, but my confidence in you and the product or service that you administer. And I am valuing you. I think the meaning we communicate when we give our financial resources or our currency to Black-owned businesses is the most lucrative part of that transaction. It's the trust, it's the confidence, it's the valuing that we instill within our community. We kind of keep it cycling in a circle, and we also affirm it for ourselves. You know, that someone who looks like me can do this for me. I trust that.
So if we could just bring together our economics collectively, we can really help businesses grow over time exponentially, globally. And you know what? We're going to have so many places to buy Black and keep our dollars within our communities as other cultures have done it. And lastly, the ability to inspire and motivate other Black people to start businesses is imperative, because working for an establishment is not following your passion. You're following someone else's passion. And if you don't understand or are in tune with what your passion is, don't force fit it. It will come over time, but always keep it at the back of your head that that is an option. And that wraps up another episode of the Keep It 100 Girl Show. Your go-to girlfriend is here to empower you every week, ladies. We celebrate embarrassment, self-love, and those life lessons that make you go, sheesh. Life is too short. Don't worry about stupid people and stupid things. Have fun, regret nothing, and don't let people and the worst of people bring you down. The fact that you all are open, vulnerable, and honest with me is a true testament of what Keep It 100 really means. But wait a minute, before you go, I want you to do two things. If you like this episode or any other ones, kindly leave me a rating and 5-star review on iTunes or Stitcher. I rely on it a lot because it helps me stand out from the crowd and helps women, and even you men, understand us better. Don't forget, tune in on Friday for my Keep It 100 moment. If you like my style and my episodes, spread the good word using the handle @NinaBabel. Share my podcast on social, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and my Facebook Keep It 100 Girl page. If you want to share your story, drop me a line, question, story request, or pitch your own, then use my direct email address, ask@ninababel.com. Smooches!